Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3, we continue to monitor breaking news out of Boulder County as fire crews responded to a small wildfire in the Carriage Hills area about 4 miles northwest of town. And you heard there one neighbor just packed up and headed out as a precaution. Although there were no mandatory evacuations with this fire, the Boulder County Sheriff's Office says the fire is fully contained and remained about a half acre in size, but a scary situation nonetheless, with hurricane force wind gusts expected throughout the day. We have team coverage on the situation in Boulder County this morning, tracking conditions on this Denver 7 Weather Action Day with the strong winds. Christian Lopez is live for us near the fire scene. You spoke to the woman, Christian, who didn't waste any time and just got out.
Yeah, Brian, as soon as she got that pre-evacuation notice, she got her dogs and she packed up her car and she was ready to go. And she was also on the phone with her neighbors during this morning as well, so that they knew what was going on and she could let them know so that they could be safe as well. And even with these gusty winds that we're seeing out here this morning, fire crews were able to contain that fire pretty quickly. And Sarah Barnes, who lives in that Carriage Hills neighborhood, told us that it was more important for her to be safe rather than sorry.
We have a very close-knit neighborhood, and because wildfire is always a possibility where we live, we keep track of each other, make sure everybody's safe. Everybody has a plan. I have a to-go box in the back with important documents and all that, so everybody's pretty prepared.
And right now, fire crews are working to mop up. And I did just ask Boulder County officials if they know what caused this fire, but they told me that it is still under investigation. Live in Boulder this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Taking a live look from our Mile High camera, a windy day is on tap for much of the metro, and it is those conditions that are extremely concerning for our year-round fire season, Lisa.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, take a look at these wind speeds right now. Berthoud Pass has been anywhere from 60 to 90 miles per hour this morning. The foothills and northern Front Range Mountains, kind of some of those areas where we do tend to see some of the stronger winds in this kind of a scenario. We'll see some of the strongest gusts today, but as you get closer to Denver now, speeds have been at around 20 to near 40 miles per hour. Look at Fort Morgan, a recent wind gust of near 50 miles per hour. So it's going to be hard to escape the winds. All of eastern Colorado looking at some gusty conditions. That includes the Front Range Mountains, foothills, and that was also why we have high fire danger. Down across parts of southeastern Colorado, it's also going to be quite a bit warmer there. Now, these alerts are in effect until 9 o'clock tonight. We're likely going to see more wind warnings or watches posted for tomorrow as well. It's going to be pretty windy again on Wednesday. Look at how warm it is, though, down near Pueblo and La Junta, 70s there. We're feeling the effects of this cold front here with more 50s today, but we're expecting tomorrow blustery conditions. It's going to be chilly and windy on Wednesday. We'll take a closer look at that coming up, plus your weekend warm up here on our Super 7 Day coming up.
And right now, the drive overall is pretty heavy for us in a lot of spots, and we have obviously that wind to deal with. This is the camera over on Highway 93 north of Golden, right by 64, 58th, and you can see the camera bouncing around, so the winds are going to be a factor for about any kind of vehicle you want to drive. Take a look at the drive up to the north side of town, where we've had a couple of issues. One, we have a crash over at 225. That's now clear at 6th Avenue. The same thing as you take a look from the camera on I-76 at I-25. So this is the southbound side. You see it's easing up. We did have it really heavy stop and go traffic from that crash by Furniture Row, but all lanes are open, but still seeing a lot of stop and go traffic into downtown Denver. 270 and I-70 still busy out there, still busy for us on I-225, even though lanes are open here by 6th Avenue. The southbound side still struggling a bit coming down from Parker Road, and a ton of traffic. A lot of sun glare early slowed us down, as well as a little minor crash by Colorado Boulevard. So that's why I'm seeing about a half an hour's drive to that south side.
Well, staying in Boulder County this morning, drought conditions have actually improved over the last few months. The latest drought monitor released Thursday shows Boulder County is abnormally dry, which is not ideal. It is the lowest rung on the U.S. Drought Monitor scale, though. Days before the Marshall Fire, Boulder County was listed to be between severe and extreme drought conditions.
More than 1,000 homes and businesses were lost to that fire 3 months ago. On Monday, town leaders in Superior marked a milestone in the cleanup process. Some of the first lots are ready to rebuild.
As of last week, we had 5 lots that had gone through the debris removal process and got all the inspections they needed and have been deemed cleared to rebuild. So I think that's a milestone for us to have lots ready to rebuild.
Community leaders say some fire victims who initially opted into the just approved public removal process are now switching over to private contractors. Boulder County hopes the public process will begin by the end of the month. The United Nations is sounding the alarm on global warming, saying it will create more dangerous fires and other effects. The third and final installment of the report says the world is heading toward an environmental disaster. It suggests the global temperature is expected to rise at twice the rate, thought to cause irreversible impacts on the planet. The report says wind and solar energy could turn the tide, but politics stand in the way. In our next half hour, we're going 360 in depth with the new fire norms we're seeing across Colorado.
All new this morning, the just released Denver Metro housing report shows a huge jump in prices.
Right now, we're taking a 360 in-depth look at wins for buyers and sellers in the report, the recent spike in interest rates making homes even more expensive, and Denver's plan to provide more affordable housing.
So let's get right to the new report from the Denver Metro Association of Realtors this morning, starting with the good news. If you are a current homeowner, your home appreciated by about 9% over the last month. That's better than average. If you're a buyer, though, the prices also went up. The average closing price jumped to more than $705,000. Active listings also jumped 81%, which at least means there's more to choose from.
Seeing more listings, more months and active inventory is that buyers may start to get a fresher breath air, being instead of competing with 10 or 15 offers, they might only have to compete with a few.
Active listings typically increase in April and May with more people putting their homes on the market as school gets out.
The thing making it even harder for buyers is interest rates. Today's rates were released and they're down slightly from yesterday. Bankrate has a 4.89 average. NerdWallet says their rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage is 4.69%. That's if you've got good credit and 20% down. We're still way below the record of more than 16% in 1981. Rates were around 3% this time last year. Now, many of us are looking at the prices of homes and interest rates and wondering if we can ever afford a home. The city of Denver is working on a new policy to require builders to include affordable housing in any project with 10 or more units.
Of what this proposal is about is that ensuring that, as new homes are built in Denver, we're creating more affordable housing homes too, that are serving so many folks that are critical to making our city great.
The Denver Planning Board is having a public hearing on the proposal tomorrow at 3 p.m. You can learn more on the Planning Board's website, and you can read the plan on the city's website at denvergov.org/affordability incentive.
Still ahead, an historic trip to the White House. What's bringing former President Barack Obama back for the first time since he left?
And the Rockies are about to wrap spring training. The star performance from the shortstop replacing Trevor Story.